Ms Legalista here. Thank you for joining. This has to be one of the more bizarre insurance fraud cases that I have talked about. Most of you probably heard about the car crash fraud that happened a couple of weeks ago. They have now arrested one of the parties who was involved in that whole fake. We're going to run in front of you, and when you don't back into us, we're then going to back into you. That whole thing. But now we have something even more bizarre, weird. I don't know what to call it. I'm going to go over this ABC News article, but let me bring up this bear costume so that you can take a look at it. It takes the cake in terms of just how far people will go for insurance fraud. Look at this. My first thought was, well, did they get that from Party City? Did they order that from Amazon? Because that was probably money they could have kept. But where did they find this bear costume? Look at it. The thing even has claws. It has claws. Look at that. Let me leave that up there while I talk a little bit about what actually happened here, the kinds of cars that they had involved, and how much money they were trying to get out of this whole scheme. So I'm looking at this ABC news article here, and I'll bring it up in just a second. And let me make it just a little bit bigger so that I can actually read it here. And this news report just came out this week. So fairly new information here. They were arrested Wednesday of this week for allegedly attempting to defraud their insurance companies by claiming that a bear damaged their vehicles. And it turns out, as you see in the picture below, that was not the case. The perpetrators actually put on this costume and got in the vehicle. There's video that they submitted to show that the bear was doing this damage. It says they were all Los Angeles area residents, and this is out of California. So the picture you see there is from the California Department of Insurance. Varying ages, this article says. One person was 39 years old, another 32, one fairly young 26, and another 39. So yeah, old enough to know better, old enough for it not to be just some sort of prank that they were having fun with. All four were charged with conspiracy and insurance fraud. A couple of things to think about if you decide that this is the thing that you want to do. But take a look at this. You can see the, you know, the head part, okay? I mean, it's kind of realistic. As we have grown in our technological advances, we do a better job of creating costumes that look more realistic. You've got the head part, you've got some teeth there. You've got the foot boot. I don't know if you can sort of see that foot boot there off to the side. And then I'm not sure what that middle section is. I guess that's just a part that's going over I'm not sure what that is. I guess that's just part of the undergarment. You can see the legs there. And then at the bottom, you can see, I guess, the hand claws there, and some other little rake things. I tell you, I just don't know what to think about this. It says the suspects claimed on January of this year that a bear entered their cars. One was a 2010 Rolls-Royce Ghost, caused interior damage. And let's see, they said that it happened during a visit to Lake Arrowwood. Upon reviewing the footage, the Department of Insurance said that it suspected fraud and that they believed right away that the bear in question was actually a person in a bear costume. Imagine you're the ones getting this claim and you're the one taking a look at this video. How do you keep from laughing if you're just like, I don't believe you actually brought that in here and expected me to believe that that was a real bear? And it says there had also been two other reports. And so I think that was also what sort of tipped them off. So here's the thing, you know, You're an investigator, insurance fraud. You've seen a lot of crazy things in your life, I'm sure, but you are not an expert in the kind of damage that a bear can do. You don't know anything about that, what bear claws might do to upholstery or leather or the car. You might have an idea. You probably have seen some movies and maybe some pictures online, but you're not an expert in this area. So you're going to need an expert to tell you whether or not this is the real deal. So it says the department sought out an outside opinion before making a final determination. I mean, if you're going to make the determination, you need to be able to stand behind it. So you bring in someone who's credible, someone who has expertise in that area and knows what they're talking about. It says investigators reached out to a biologist from the California Department of Wildlife. Hey, come on over. We want you to take a look at this video. Tell us what you think. Who then independently reviewed the evidence. Now, let me tell you, they actually had a name for this whole shenanigan that was going on, and they called it Operation Bear Claw. I tell you, I think personally they were having a little bit of fun with this. The biologist stated that, quote, it was clearly a human in a bear suit, and authorities were able to then execute a search warrant. Here's the thing. If you have done something like this, gone out, ordered your bear suit, maybe during Halloween the year before or something like that, you've gotten this bear suit online, you've gone out and done your bad deed trying to say that this bear is causing damage in your car, you've gotten your video, you've put together your whole scheme, and it never crosses your mind to get rid of the evidence. No, you leave the bear suit there where you live so that when a search warrant is executed, the police can come in and find the bear suit, confirming what the Department of Insurance had already suspected, which was the whole thing was a fraud. Why on earth would you keep that? It says officials confirmed that a bear costume was found in one of the suspects' homes. And here you go. The evidence of that, the picture is right there. I don't know what to say about it. At the time of the arrest, officials reported that insurance companies had already paid out some of the claims totaling $141,839. So almost $150,000, because it wasn't just one person. Like I said before, there were 4 people involved. And let me tell you what the other 2 vehicles were with this. One was remember I told you one was the 2010 Rolls-Royce Ghost. The other was a 2015 Mercedes G63 AMG and a 2022 Mercedes E350. But let me see if I can pull up some more of this video or something so that we can actually take a look at these pictures. I want you to see some of this video that shows the claws. Give me just a second here. Let's switch back over. Let's pull this up. So this is the picture here. Like I said, you can see, I guess, the little foot thing over here that you put on. There's the head. I don't know. Is there a leaf in there? What is that? And if you scroll down, well, you can't see it in that picture, but scammers in bear costumes attacked cars. Well, it sounds like they attacked their own cars.
Bring in the holidays at the Junior League of Raleigh's
Here
shopping spree, offering a unique shopping
while
experience
that's
and
playing,
supporting Wake County nonprofits.
let me see if there are any
The
more
shopping
pictures.
spree
That's
is
the one
presented
that we
by
just
First Citizens
saw,
Bank,
and you can
November
see
30th through December
the
3rd.
complete
Visit
costume there.
shopping-spree.org.
Again, why would you keep this in your home? I don't understand. So here you go. Insurance fraudsters. Look at that. The whole suit there. So here's the video here. So this looks like it's the Rolls-Royce here. Okay, the 2010 Rolls-Royce Ghost. And you can see the door opening. Now, I'm sorry. I don't mean to laugh here, but the way that the door was opened, it just, that would be my first thought. If I'm looking at the video, I'm going, so did the somebody just walk up and just open the door like that? All right, let's keep going here. All right, so you can kind of see the bear way back there. Let me see if I can make this bigger. There we go. So you can kind of see that the bear is back here in this car. Okay, so this is January of this year. The bear is back here. The camera looks like it's up on the house in the front. And there's the bear rummaging around in the back of the vehicle. Now, when you think about how much a bear weighs and what kind of movement might be going on in the car, a person, even a man, and the bear suit didn't look that big. You just would expect a little bit more going on in the car. You can see the bear moving around, but the car is just kind of sitting there. So, and I don't know if they have the whole video here. This does appear to go on for a while, but let's just take a look at this and see what's going on here. So I want to see how the bear look at the bear. Oh, the bear. Look at how the bear is moving things around in there. I know it's a little difficult to see, but oh, the bear is just where did the bear go? Oh, okay. So maybe the bear is in the front seat now on the floor. So here are the scratches. Look at this. Here are the scratches. Do these scratches look like scratches that would come? Okay. Oh, look at these scratches. Like, look at how fake this looks. No wonder if you send me a video and I can look at that, I'm going to be like, no animal has a set of claws that is going to leave a uniform mark like that on the seat. I mean, they just did not think this through, okay, in a lot of different ways, going back to just leaving the evidence at the house. But look at that. Look at how round the circles are at the end where the upholstery has been punctured. Look at how neat and straight those lines are. This is one of the things that will trip fraudsters up, and what investigators say, when people are planning crimes, a lot of times they don't think through all of this. And this is why they get caught. They're going to get caught most of the time because what they're doing, first of all, is wrong. And when you're trying to do something that's wrong, you're likely going to make these kinds of mistakes. You're just not going to see that in real life. Look at how linear the lines are, how straight those lines are, how they are the same distance apart. Look at that. In real life, that's not going to happen. The bear's claws are kind of rounded. Like, did they take the rakes that we saw and use that and then puncture it at the bottom? This just clearly would just open you up to questions here. It just doesn't make sense at all. Let me hit play so we can look at that. They're closing in on that. And look at that. Low, that one's even worse. That one's even worse. Look at that. Who is going to believe that a bear did that? Who would believe that? It just does not look like something that a bear would have even done. I just don't understand how they thought that this was going to pass the smell test. They had a leaf in there, so at least it looks like the bear, came across the grass and got in the car. But look at that. I mean, what was the conversation between the four of them that went on about how they were going to scratch up the car? I mean, a bear's claws, it's going to tear this to shreds. It's not going to look like that. They didn't think this one through. Yeah. I wish they had shown the bear getting out of the car, because that would have been interesting to see too. But So it just, I'm sorry. Look at how, yeah, it just doesn't look real. It just doesn't look real. It's crawling around, gotten back into the back seat now. And that's pretty much it. I don't know what to say here. I don't know what to say here. So yeah. So first of all, you know, in other crimes where the perpetrators are unknown, the investigators have to go then find them. A lot of fraud, a lot of scam. Sometimes you cannot track these people down. They have taken the money and run. You know, you wired it to them, or you gave them passwords, or they hacked into your account. You don't necessarily know who the other party is and how to get in touch with them. And so it makes it that much harder for the investigation to take place, for law enforcement to find the other party, and for this ultimate party to be arrested and charged. In insurance fraud cases, that is very much unlikely the case because you are the perpetrator. You are the one bringing forth this fraudulent evidence and claiming that there was damage. So the investigators already know if there's something wrong with it, it's you. They don't have to go searching for anybody else. So this is why this stuff doesn't pan out to begin with, because it's wrong. They're usually going to catch things like this, and then they don't even have to go searching for you because you're right there. It's unbelievable here. But there you go. Bizarre case, wearing a bear costume to claim damage to vehicles in order to get money from insurance companies. All right. I'm going to let this go with that. And don't forget to give the video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe, follow. Let me know your comments below. Peace.